Hey, Justice Warriors, good morning. It is Tuesday. It's July 5th. It's just about a quarter till 11 on the Eastern Seaboard Standard Time. I wanted to talk with you a little bit more about the Idaho 4 case. And as you guys know, I upgraded to a top of the line deluxe system here. So I'm getting used to it. Um, and I was offline as far as making my videos. I was able to keep up with watching other people's videos for 9 days, and it was good to take a step back and gain some more perspective. I think that's always a good thing to do. We get so caught up in this, and it's just nuts. Um, so one of the videos that I just watched this morning was one of Zav Girl's most recent. I'll put it in the description. And she was doing a really good job of kind of highlighting a lot of previous videos about the criminal defendant's profile. And one of the first questions that I want to ask, I think this is in the beginning of her video, is the prosecuting attorney asking for anyone who has any information on the criminal defendant to step forward. This was right after the arrest. And they wanted to know anything about anything in his past. It's called a fishing expedition, folks. Everything I say is simply my opinion. It's simply for the sake of conversation, hoping to open up a discussion with my people. I hope to learn something. I am always hoping that my videos are educational for myself, for other people, and they are made specifically for YouTube. That's an entertainment platform. So please hit that like button. I don't know if you can see back there, the share, subscribe, ring your notification bell. I'll get fancier with all that stuff as time goes, but I just do what I can. Try to stick in my tranquility spot. So, I think it's really important just to chill as much as I want to be super focused on this stuff. And it's not even so much of a desire to be super focused on this stuff. It's just what I'm drawn to. I'm really drawn to the Idaho 4 case. And as you guys know, if you've been watching my channel since I started as a Kylie Rodney channel. I was extremely passionate about that. I still am. And this Idaho 4 case is just nuts. It was nuts from jump. These types of things, like what happened in the middle of Moscow, pretty much in the middle of campus at the University of Idaho, these things don't happen, you guys. These things do not happen. And why did law enforcement never offer any type of reward for information as much as they were begging people to step forward with anything under the sun? Like, what was his favorite ice cream? I mean, of course, I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. They were really looking for anything on this person, anything and everything, and yet they offered no reward for any information leading to the arrests of the perpetrator or perpetrators of the crimes. I mean, this is a god awful situation. I know you don't need me to remind you of that, but I think we all get so caught up in it, we lose perspective. So I'm always glad when I have a forced vacation from it, like when I went to Florida for a week a couple of months ago, and then this last week. Um, so one of the things I wanted to focus on is how anybody, when we talk about this case, it's really about us. It's what it means to us. It's what we see of our own life experience through the lens of this situation. So, everyone who steps forward to speak about, say, the personality profile of the criminal defendant from back when he was in college, in his undergraduate or in high school, or when he got his master's degree, or even more recently working on his doctorate degree, everybody makes it about themselves. That's just human nature. There's nothing we can do to avoid that. So, um, it's easy to get caught up and think that you're figuring something out about something else, but really all you're doing is figuring it out for yourself about yourself. You're the star of your own movie, right? Seriously. That's just the way our minds work. So, one of the fellas that says that he went to college with Coburger, worked on a science project with him. Brian was joking around and he said, "Hey, get serious. I'm trying to take a photo for our project." And that he just got so serious. Spooky. Like everything about this guy, the way people describe it, is spooky. He was spooky when he was fat. He was spooky when he was thin. And let me just add here, when his ex aunt, somebody who was married into the family who's since gotten a divorce, she's the one who reported that Coburger was OCD about having pans to cook his food that never touched anything that cooked meat. I don't think that that's unique to him for a vegan. Vegans have a way of eating that is an entire lifestyle that that I would think would be not that uncommon for a vegan. So there's a lot of people that come out swinging against Coburger that strike me as odd. And I'm not trying to defend a criminal. I'm trying to defend our Constitution, and the presumption of innocence is mandatory. It's essential for our American judicial system to work, to function. So his neighbor lives downstairs. There's like a young family, I think, that was living downstairs from him in the Steptoe Village apartments there in Pullman, who said that he seemed like he never slept. He would be vacuuming all hours of the night. And these are the people that lived right below him. And the woman, the mother of the small children, she said that she never had asked him to be more quiet, but she did include that he'd had women over to his place a couple of times, a couple of occasions. But I would think if you've ever lived in an apartment on a downstairs with neighbors directly above you, it's awful. You always want to be on the top floor. You don't want to have people right over your head because even when they're like tiptoeing around and being extremely courteous, it's loud. It sounds like a herd of elephants. So for them to talk to the neighbor that lives right underneath him, that just seemed like a disadvantage right away. Like, seriously, if you've ever lived in an apartment with people right upstairs from you, you know what I'm talking about. So, the thing about him being, you know, so creepy towards women, so ultra creepy towards women, that seems to me to be pure speculation. And, we live in a society, I'm not giving anybody permission or cutting anybody slack, but we live in a very sexist society. Our culture is extremely sexist. But for people to point that out about Koberger and say, well, obviously he could have been the unaliver if he graded women more harshly, again, women are always more harshly graded and judged. What can I say? What can I say? Um, it just really bothers me when that conjecture, that painting a person in a really bad light that may or may not have anything to do with reality, you guys. I mean, it's easy to look at somebody through a lens like that and put somebody in a bad light. I'd say if you took anyone under the sun, no matter how fabulous and kind and friendly of an individual that they are, if you said, oh my God, they committed this horrible crime, had you ever been creeped out by them in the past? You could probably come up with something, like when they took all the ice cream or something. It gets ridiculous. It absolutely gets ridiculous. So, there are a few things that hit me. People talk about the criminal defendant being an addict in the past and using the substance that starts with an H, and then saying that he was a heavy H user. And I'm sorry, but have you ever heard of a light H user? That's just weird. It's just weird. It's just compounding the factors. So, um, in the fall of 2022, he may have applied for another position with the Pullman PD. We know that he had that interview with Chief Jenkins on April 12th of 2022 to be to get to gain an assistantship, a fellowship with the Pullman PD, where he would be helping to improve the way they gathered uh, technological data in the field in rural cases. So we still don't have confirmation that he did or did not get that position, you guys. That's crazy. That's another crazy factor in this case. Another crazy factor is that law enforcement says that they tracked him for 4 days before they arrested him. So December 26th to the 30th. But wait, I thought they were tracking him back in Pullman. I thought they were tracking him across the country when they lost him for 13 hours when he first left town and drove much further south than anybody would have thought someone might making that journey. Um, Another issue that I caught in this Zav girl. So I guess this is kind of a reaction tape, a reaction video to that Zav girl from 3 days ago, I think, maybe 4 days ago. Like I said, it'll be in the description in the link. I'll put a link there. Coburger was a member of a fraternity back at DeSales University, Psi Beta. Has anybody ever heard that? It's in that video. It's in that video. So that fraternity specifically helps people with disabilities. So Coburger was in a fraternity. I wonder if he had any affiliation with a fraternity there in Pullman at the University of Washington at Wazoo. Interesting. Thank you so much for watching. I was thrilled to see my video yesterday had 1,000 views in the first few hours. And then when I woke up this morning, it was approaching 3,000 views. And for me, for my small little channel, that's a lot. That's almost as many subscribers as I have. So, I'm just really trying hard to stay focused on prioritizing what's important to me, which is truth and justice and clarity, and trying to understand some of this information that is baffling. It's absolutely baffling. So I'm going to wrap it up. Again, hit that like button if you'd be so kind. Share, subscribe, ring. If I grab this, am I going to knock something over? This is my high-tech piece of cardboard. It's this cool little sign. Anyway, I'll set that down over here. So we know that it's free to subscribe and it's really good for channels if you share the videos. Like obviously that's what happened with the one yesterday. Um, I'm hoping that my channel continues to grow and stays healthy. I've never made a dime off my channel. I really honestly don't care if I ever do. It is something that I've been working on since around Christmas, the monetization end of things. So it could happen, but it's not a big deal one way or the other. I'm in it to make the world a better place, as corny as that might sound. So I know that that's how a lot of people that watch these videos function. And I think we get a lot of posers that pretend that that's what their videos are about. And I'm telling you, people, be careful of what you expose your brain to. It is so easy to be gaslit. It is so easy to have your brain melted. In this day and age where we're all hooked up to our technology a little too much or a lot too much, We know that we need to exercise and eat right and stay hydrated and relax, get our sleep, be kind, hang out with animals, tickle a baby, all the things that really matter in the world. So be productive. Making money is important for all of us in order to thrive and be prosperous and to survive. But money's not the end all. It's not what makes us happy. We all know that money can't buy happiness. It can rent it, but it can't buy it. So, on that, sending you light, sending you love. Thanks so much for watching. See you on the next one. Have a great afternoon. Talk to you soon.